Welcome to our lesson on the electron transport chain, the powerhouse stage of cellular respiration. This is where cells produce the maximum amount of ATP, the energy currency that powers all cellular activities. The electron transport chain is the final and most productive stage of aerobic respiration, generating far more ATP than glycolysis or the Krebs cycle combined. Let's explore how this remarkable process works and why it's so efficient at producing energy. The electron transport chain occurs in a very specific location within your cells, the inner mitochondrial membrane. This membrane is highly folded to increase surface area, allowing more ATP production to occur simultaneously. The ETC serves as the final stage of aerobic respiration, meaning it requires oxygen to function properly. Think of mitochondria as the cell's power plants, and the inner membrane is where the main energy generation happens. This strategic location allows the cell to efficiently capture energy from nutrients. Four essential components work together in the electron transport chain. First, NADH molecules arrive from glycolysis and the Krebs cycle, carrying high-energy electrons. Second, FADH₂ molecules also come from the Krebs cycle with electrons to donate. Third, four specialized protein complexes, numbered 1 through 4, are embedded in the inner mitochondrial membrane. These complexes act like a series of stepping stones for electrons. Finally, oxygen serves as the ultimate electron acceptor at the end of the chain. Each of these players has a critical role in maximizing ATP production. The electron transport chain operates like a molecular assembly line. Electrons enter the chain and move sequentially through the four protein complexes. As electrons pass from complex 1 to complex 2, then to complex 3, and finally to complex 4, they lose energy at each step. This released energy is not wasted, but captured to pump protons across the membrane. At the end of the chain, electrons combine with oxygen and hydrogen ions to form water. This electron flow is continuous as long as oxygen is available, making the process highly efficient. As electrons move through the chain, something remarkable happens at complexes 1, 3, and 4. These complexes use the energy from electron movement to pump hydrogen ions, also called protons, from the mitochondrial matrix into the intermembrane space. This creates a concentration gradient, with more protons outside than inside. Think of it like pumping water uphill to create potential energy. This electrochemical gradient is crucial because it stores energy that will soon be used to synthesize ATP. The gradient acts like a charged battery, ready to power ATP production. Now let's talk numbers. Each NADH molecule that enters the electron transport chain produces approximately 2.5 ATP molecules. FADH₂ is slightly less productive, generating about 1.5 ATP per molecule. This might not sound like much, but remember that one glucose molecule produces 10 NADH and 2 FADH₂ through glycolysis and the Krebs cycle. When you do the math, the electron transport chain produces approximately 32 to 34 ATP molecules per glucose. This is vastly more efficient than the 2 ATP from glycolysis or the 2 ATP from the Krebs cycle, making the ETC the primary ATP generator in aerobic respiration. Oxygen plays an absolutely critical role in the electron transport chain. It serves as the final electron acceptor, waiting at the end of complex 4 to receive electrons that have traveled through the entire chain. When oxygen accepts these electrons and combines with hydrogen ions, water molecules are formed as a byproduct. This is why you exhale water vapor when you breathe. Without oxygen, electrons would have nowhere to go, causing the entire chain to back up and stop. This is why the ETC is called aerobic respiration. No oxygen means no electron transport, which means no ATP production from this pathway. Let's summarize the essential points about the electron transport chain. First, the ETC is by far the most efficient ATP-producing stage in cellular respiration. Second, it generates approximately 32 to 34 ATP molecules from a single glucose molecule, which represents about 90% of the total ATP yield. Third, This process absolutely requires oxygen to function, which is why we must breathe continuously. Fourth, water is created as the final byproduct when oxygen accepts electrons. Understanding the electron transport chain helps you appreciate why oxygen is so vital for life and how your cells efficiently extract energy from the food you eat.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.